Emily, for me, I used to think that I was more productive because I had access to my computer and my phone all the time, right? I used to feel like, oh my God, how exciting. Like I've got this tiny little laptop that I carry with me. And I think, as long as I have internet on my phone, if I don't have internet on the computer, I'll just connect it. And, it's so cool. Many times I'm walking into airplanes, still tapping in the computer. But what I realized is that when you don't stop, when you don't get a moment to unplug and recharge, you actually become unproductive. It's like, what I've been doing, this is what I used to do, and it was the worst thing ever. I used to open, 5, 6, 7 windows in my computer. I would open one email, jump onto whatever window I needed to open to action that email. And then somehow another email grabbed my attention. So I go and open another one. And that other one requires me to open a different window. And 3. So let's say 3 emails open. All 3 of them need me to do different things. And they all need 3 different windows to have open, right? So what happens? Same thing. I'm being the jack of all masters, the jack of trades, of all trades and master of none. And I find that 2 hours later, I haven't finished any of them because I'm doing bits and pieces. So my brain becomes overwhelmed because I feel like, oh my God, there's so much. I forgot what I was doing. I'm jumping from one thing to the other. Oh my God, worst thing you can do. So now what I do is I open one email. I go and action what needs to be done. Once it's finished, I reply. I either delete it or file it in a folder, whatever. I move to the next one. And guess what? Again, I just put a tiny little message in my subconscious of, oh, you're so good. You just got one thing done versus 2 hours later going, oh my God, I still don't have anything done. Yeah. So it's that sense of accomplishment and feeling good about yourself because you're being productive. Open the next email. Action it. Once it's fully done, you open the next one. So the zero overwhelm. Overwhelm is just a feeling that we choose to have in our head, right? So zero feeling of overwhelm. In the meantime, my phone is on silent because otherwise same thing happens. I'm in the middle of one email, a text comes, oh yeah, she needs me to do that. Open another window, go to do that. That's halfway unfinished, halfway unfinished, halfway unfinished. And now you're overwhelmed because you've got all these things that you started, but you haven't completed any of them. And there's zero positive messages being sent to your subconscious.
And snatching and grabbing.
Exactly. And not only that, but your brain, instead of functioning at 100%, utilizing the energy, all of a sudden your brain is probably trying to survive in 20 or 30% because it's so overloaded. So you might think that, I'm doing 8 hours straight, so productive. Absolutely no. And ever since, Emily, I have to say, I went from spending all these hours of work because I thought I was doing so much. And I realized that the more hours I spent on my computer, the more I was procrastinating. Wow. Because you feel like you have time, right? You see that you have 5 emails and you know that you've got 4 hours. So you take your time and you check it one by one. But what happens is when you open and you see you've got 47 emails and you've got an hour and a half, guess what? You become so productive. You get focused on what you're doing and you smash it through. You know what normally would have taken you 5 hours, all of a sudden you do it in an hour. That's a really good tip for productivity because what happens is when you limit your time, when you're very disciplined with your time and you say, okay, I'm going to work 2 hours this morning and I have to smash all this work through. I have to get it done. What happens is you finish it, so you feel so productive, you feel so good with yourself that you're stacking up these little messages into your subconscious of, I'm really good, I am very productive, that was awesome. So you're feeling so good about yourself that yes, your level of confidence and self-esteem starts to grow. You start to feel better, you start to vibrate at a higher frequency, you start to attract better things in your life. It's like this amazing snowball effect, and then you said a really good point about the nighttime, Emily, because I think it's very common for people to leave their mobile phones like on their bedside tables right next to them. And it sucks a lot of energy out of your brain. So you might have slept 6, 7, 8 hours and you wake up still feeling drained, and that's just because you had the device next to you. So the electronic waves are still sucking the energy out of your brain. So a really good tip, and I do it every night, is I put it in airplane mode. So that way my alarm will still ring, but I can't get any messages or anything. And also, let me tell you, Emily, one thing that when you were talking about, you think that you're being really productive by being connected the whole time. But there's a couple of things that happen. And one of them, you were talking about the dinner table. If you have your phone and all of a sudden a message just comes through, whether it's a text, an email, a Skype, or a WhatsApp, or, Viber, any type of message comes through, and you open it, and it might be something that you can't solve immediately,
Yes.
or you can't do on your phone, that you literally need to go on your computer. So what happens now? You just saw it. There's nothing you can do about it, but now you're stressing about it. So now it's
Yes.
consuming half the energy in your brain. So now you're not being present with the people that are there. You're not enjoying the moment because all you're thinking is, oh my God, you're stressing. I have to go and sort this out. So what's the point if you can't fix it on the spot anyway? Like, why would you even bother checking your messages? You know what I mean? The way I see it is, I'm going to check them when I go and open my computer, because then I know I can action the request and the messages and everything. But if I'm not in my computer, I'm not going to bother checking my emails, because I used to do that. I used to go to bed, turn the light off, ready to go, and I would just one more time press my emails.
It is an addiction.
And then what happened? I would see requests, and then I can't do it. I can't be bothered. But now I don't sleep properly. I don't rest properly, because now the whole night I went to sleep with the last thought of, I need to solve this. So now my subconscious is working on it all night. So I wake up exhausted, because my subconscious is using all this energy to stress about thinking, oh, what I needed to solve. And then it becomes even worse. In the morning you wake up and it's like, oh, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But because you're sorry at night, you stressed about it all night, you just made it worse than it could have been, right? So
Absolutely.
no point.